The Iowa Caucuses had two clear winners, Barack Obama for the Democrats and Mike Huckabee for the Republicans. Both candidates have embraced the mantle of change in an effort to ignite movements which they hope will transcend a typical campaign and carry them towards their party's nominations. Now, Obama and Huckabee, along with their rivals here in New Hampshire, are jockeying to secure last-minute votes in advance of Tuesday's primary.
Just hours after his solid victory in Iowa, Democrat Barack Obama rushed to New Hampshire for the primaries next week.
This feels good. You know, it's just like I imagined it when I was talking to my kindergarten teacher.
In the sea of voters, there's one key block whose impact is no longer an X factor. Fresh off the Obama victory in Iowa, Chief Strategist David Axelrod wasted no time telling us that he gives credit to young voters who helped put Obama over the edge.
Just to put it in perspective, in 2004, only 12% of the voters who participated in the caucuses were under the age of 45. Last night it was 40%, and of that 40%, 22% were under the age of 29. So it was a profound change in the composition of the electorate. And so, yes, I give young people credit. This is not just a prescription for winning the nomination. This is what we as a party have to do. We have to re-energize young people in this country and give them a sense that there's meaning in politics, that you can actually achieve and accomplish positive things for yourself and the country. You know, it's great to have the theory you can build the plane, but last night we found out whether it could fly or not, and it flew beautifully, you know, and I think it's going to continue to fly.
Presidential campaigns have long tried to engage and turn out young voters. While there have been gains in participation, campaigns built largely on youth engagement have failed to produce warm bodies on Election Day. The most recent example being Howard Dean's run in 2004. But that, it seems, could now be in the past because in Iowa, young voters turned out in record numbers. Scanning the faces in the crowd at a morning rally in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, it was clear that Obama's message is resonating with these Granite State voters as well.
It became clear last night that Obama's message is really going to give all of us a chance to hold our head high again and be proud again of what this country stands for.
He kind of transcends politics. There are figures in different areas that speak to a wide variety of people, a wide range of people, and he definitely speaks to me, especially with his message of hope and change.
You know, this is kind of a transcendent campaign, and you know, this may finally be the time, you know, the moment that we've been waiting for.
The Obama youth consists of passionate and informed people who are learning more about his campaign because they see something different in Senator Obama.
Change isn't random to me. It has a lot to do with progress too. I mean, those two terms are kind of related. It's synonymous to me. So it's working towards ending this rule of lobbyists in Washington and giving the people hope that they can actually determine their future and have some kind of effect or more of an effect than they have recently.
If you need a change, I see no better place to go than the youth, those who haven't been, as you know, the senator was saying, you know, had the hope boiled out of them, and I think it's a big thing, and I think it's real. I think it's substantive.
If he's able to motivate the younger people that haven't voted before, then that's just another example of how he's really changing the dynamic, because those people are the people that are going to change, you know, business as usual.
If you believe in keeping the dream alive, for those who still hunger for opportunity and still thirst for justice, then I am absolutely convinced that we will win the New Hampshire primary in 4 days.
Meanwhile, Mike Huckabee takes the stage at New England College in Henniker, New Hampshire. He too suggests that his campaign centers on his desire for change and his hope that a movement will form which is greater than his candidacy. But rather than offer New Hampshire voters tools to build their movement,
I mean, there's the man, there's the legend, but today, you get a chance to see, to meet, and to hear the real thing. Chuck Norris! Thanks a lot. It's really a pleasure to be here. You know, 3 months ago, I didn't know who Mike Huckabee was.
so hot off his insurgent win in Iowa, Was this young crowd fired up to see the governor himself?
I would like to be able to see everyone that I can that comes to New Hampshire, but originally it was Chuck Norris that brought me here.
Sometimes I think one of the real challenges of politics is that sometimes people take themselves more seriously than they take the issues that touch this country. Ladies and gentlemen, this election is not about me, it's about we. It's about understanding that we are the ruling class.
After a stump speech which rambled through Huckabee's stable of issues and another round of classic rock tunes, had the governor managed to close the deal?
I'll be honest, I wasn't very impressed with this tonight. I wasn't sure who was running, either Chuck Norris or Mike Huckabee.
After, staying through the rally, seeing Chuck Norris, hearing what Mike Huckabee stands for, I definitely, learned a lot more about him. I respect Huckabee a lot more, and he's definitely an option if I were to pick a candidate, so.
I've been looking at a number of Republican candidates like Romney and Giuliani, and Huckabee seems like a really likable guy, and he's probably my third choice at this point.
I like to think I look at the best candidate that supports my issues, and this is my first time voting, so I can't really say if I've been Democrat or Republican in the past, but I think I'm leaning towards Obama at this point.
Obama's commitment to young voters has so far proven successful in bringing them to caucus in Iowa. But only time will tell if this is a winning strategy moving forward. For Huckabee, all indications are that change will continue to be a theme as he makes his case in front of young voters across New Hampshire. What remains to be seen is whether their tactics for engagement will prove sufficient. And if his campaign believes that a bass guitar alone will strike a chord with young voters, then his efforts with these crucial voters in the Granite State could end on a very sour note.